Okay, this is the exterior video of the listing at 2311 East Delia Drive, which is right up here in Mill Creek, right close to Olympus High School. This house is really nice. It's on about a half acre of land. You know, the seller has done a lot of really cool things. The seller is actually an artistic welder, and what's really neat is, as you saw the mailbox. I don't usually start with a mailbox, but this particular mailbox is really cool. You know, you can drop your mail in there. There's the key. Here's the little flag for it, which is really neat. Looking at that going, wow, that's really cool. This thing is backlit, which is really neat. All these little metal plant boxes are done by him as well. Then you can see the downspouts that were done as well. Those are pretty neat. Kind of reminds me a lot of what we saw in Park City when I used to live up there. This window is actually a commercial frontage window. If you can tell, there's no little vinyl things in between like you'd see with normal residential windows. So this window is really fantastic, and it captures a fantastic view, like this view right there. See, so they certainly didn't forget about that. There's the front yard. They have two nice big trees in there. Big driveway. Let's see here. Also, up here, these things are backlit, which match the mailbox, which is really neat. You've got a nice two-car driveway going out there. And then you also have an entrance right here that goes into the house. You have this garage, which I'm going to do this as kind of the exterior, and here's why. See, he's a welder, as you can see. He's got a lot of really cool things, but look at all of the electrical that he's dropped into here. Separate panel. He's got 220 outlets and everything right there, ready to go. Obviously a bunch of bar. God, I don't know what he's working on, but something pretty big. So that's pretty dang cool. If you come over here, all this new fence all the way around, by the way. Very cool looking stuff. They have this set up as a really nice garden for now, but obviously, you know, if somebody wanted to develop this property, that garden can be, you know, really usable space. God, that's a lot of fence. I put in a fence not too long ago. That's a lot of money. Anyway, they have this water system. Now, what's cool is this is a secondary water system, okay? But let's get a good idea of how big this back area is here really quick of the house and of the yard. Okay, so this lot can be developed and broken out into another lot, which would be R16. Now, currently how they have it set up is this is a place where you could put in your RV or whatever motorhome, come right back into here. They've hooked up an electrical line for you. Now, being ADD for a second here and going to this catch basin, they put in this catch basin. This is how they water all of their garden. So a lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, that's got to be killing you for watering all of this stuff. No, because they have secondary water, which is pretty rare up here in Mill Creek. Anyway, here's the back of the house. The roof's in really good shape. It's brick all the way around. One of the things that's really awesome is there is a separate entrance already in the back. So if you wanted to put in an additional unit, this separate entrance is available already. It's already in. You got your stairs to go down there. There's the other door. You got some egress windows that you can utilize there. I think they're egress windows. I mean, they're windows. They look like they're big enough for egress. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Let's see. They got a patio area here. They were doing some work on this. I told them to stop doing any work on the property because the thing is, a lot of people would end up doing things a little differently, and so it's kind of nice for somebody to be able to do it their own way. This is the other part of the yard. This is the eastern part of the yard. So this could even be a good way to come back into here to be able to access this lot back here as well. Although you can also access it down here by where that RV pad was. There's a huge shed back here. Bunch of firewood. They have some natural wood burning fireplaces in the house, which are awesome. And that one especially that he built Gal, I wonder what he would charge me to build one for my house. This is probably locked. Yep, it is. But anyway, this is a nice building out here. Good size, tall. Obviously very light inside. And yeah, if you take a look at this and how big it is, just how big the property is, you could easily put another structure back here and essentially make 4 units. So you got your upper unit on the house, you could access something down below, you could build a house here and have 2 units somehow accessed, whether it be basement or however you're dividing it. And that is going to be allowed in Mill Creek around February is what I've been told by the Mill Creek zoning. And what was I going to say? They call it an ADU, an additional dwelling unit. So you'll be able to have ADUs, additional dwelling units. So technically right here you could really have 4 individual rental units. There's obviously plenty of room to be able to deal with parking, to be able to deal with building another house, to be able to even build onto this house if you wanted to. So there's a lot of things that you could do with this. Anyway, so this is the exterior, and then we'll go ahead and go into the interior.